Alright, let's move to the NBA.
We're playing basketball.
Now we have a great set of Christmas Day games. Before we do that, Travis, what's your NBA Christmas wish for your Lakers?
Now, obviously, we have a lot of old people on this team, right?
A lot.
A lot of old people. We have one player who's about to start getting old. His name is Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be out for a while.
Another injury, yeah, unfortunately.
With some knee issues. I need 80 to lift some weights. I need 80 to stop being made of glass. And I need 80 to stop being light-skinned.
Okay.
Those 3 wishes.
Okay. That is...
hopefully I can get one more wish as Santa. Can we get LeBron to go to the Fountain of Youth? Because I think that's what this team needs.
He has, though. I mean, LeBron has scored many 30-point games this season.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, right. But I need him to be able to play defense. He can't do that as much as we need him to.
That is true. The Lakers' defense is one of the worst in the league right now.
Oh, yeah. And
that's their problem.
If LeBron could go back to his beginning years in Cleveland when he could just jump from the free throw line and dunk over people, we wouldn't have as many issues as we do now.
Interesting Christmas list for the Lakers. For the Warriors, I only have one thing, and that's just Clay and Wiseman just come back healthy, fully healthy. I'd hate to see them rushed to health. You know what I mean? So I want to see them take their time and make sure that these players are really ready to go. All right. Interesting Christmas list, Travis. I imagine you probably didn't expect to hear at the beginning of the season that you'd be wishing for these kind of things for the Lakers.
Oh, no, I definitely knew that this was going to be an issue. Anthony Davis, I want him traded. I want him out.
Really?
I don't want him.
You guys are so quick to throw away Anthony Davis.
Get him out of here.
All right. Let's move on to the Christmas Day games. Now, we start off with what I think could be possibly, which might be the best game of the day, which is Hawks-Knicks. Solely because of Trae Young going right back to New York.
You don't know who's going to go crazy.
Yeah, and I know the intensity is going to feel like a playoff game.
The Knicks don't have a star player, per se.
I mean, Julius Randle has looked very good. He was an all-star last year.
He is, but, he's one of those all-stars that's like a very sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like he's an all-star this year. So, I'm going to go with the Knicks because I feel like the Knicks always play well on prime games. Christmas games with Carmelo Anthony on the Knicks was always a sight to see.
Okay.
Always. And I'm going to go with the Knicks.
I'm going with the Hawks because I see Trae Young going into New York and doing what he does best, which is pissing off the fans in New York. Celtics-Bucks. This is my worst game of the day.
The Bucks are going to
Here's the truth. The Celtics are just a disappointment. I watched the game the other day when they were playing the Sixers, and they just got outscored in the fourth quarter. They had a 10-point lead and lost it in the last 5 minutes. This team is extremely inconsistent. It's poorly coached, and it's crazy to see this because this was like a young team that we expected to be playing for a championship in 5 to 10 years. Well, here it is. 5 to 10 years is here, and now look where we are.
So what's going to happen when Giannis is in the post?
He's just going to absolutely dominate.
He's going to...
Yep. He's going to dominate.
And who's going to stop him? Ennis... What's his name now? Ennis Kenner?
Ennis Freedom.
Ennis Freedom.
We respect what you're doing, Ennis.
I don't respect anything that you do.
No, he is...
Retired.
Ennis is a LeBron hater, so Travis doesn't like him, obviously.
Retired.
But I have the Bucks. I imagine you do, too.
I have the Bucks.
Okay, Warriors versus Suns.
This is actually a good game.
This is a very good game. It's like the NBA knew this was going to be the 2 best teams in the league. It's kind of strange. A little suspicious, NBA. Now, who do you have for this game?
I mean, so the Suns took the first one, right?
Suns took the first one. Warriors took the second.
This is the third one. I think that the biggest issue with this game is that we thought that this was Klay's debut.
Yeah.
It's not his debut. So I think the Warriors might have had him in the game plan a little bit.
You think so?
I think they might have had him in the game plan. And I'm going to go with the Suns.
I have to go with the Warriors. I can't go against my Warriors. And I do think Christmas Day, I feel like Curry might come with a little bit of energy.
I did put that down that Steph is going to score 40.
Wow.
I did put that down.
The fact that you have them losing even with them scoring 40 is kind of crazy.
Yeah, because Chris Paul hit the Fountain of Youth.
Oh, yeah.
He's still like, what is going on?
Chris Paul's doing his thing, man.
He's about to be 37.
Yeah. Chris Paul's playing great right now. This is interesting. Nets versus Lakers. Okay. Do you want? Is that
Nope. Nets.
Okay, I got the Nets as well. Last one to end the night. Mavericks versus Jazz. Now the Mavericks are hopeful that Doncic comes back.
Hopeful.
Now here's how crazy of an effect Doncic has. Doncic, had he been playing, would literally make this game a competition. The fact that Doncic might not even play.
It's a Jazz, 100%.
Is literally moves the Jazz to, I think the Jazz are going to win this game completely.
Easily.
Now, I have to say this though. Even with Luka, I think the Jazz are going to win this game. So that's really where that's really where I stand with this. I do think the Jazz are just a better team than the Mavericks. So I think even with Luka, I see the Jazz winning this game.
I don't know what the Mavericks are going to do because Porzingis is not. He's not a second star.
Nope.
I think he's a third.
Yeah.
He's not a second though. I'm gonna go with the Jazz. Luka needs some help. Help him, please. He's such a great player.
Yeah.
But,
Being talent's being wasted.
yeah.
Do you have another NBA question that you want to ask?
Oh yeah. So I hate my Lakers, right?
Yeah.
But they have a player who's under 6 feet. Who just came back into the league. He's been getting talked about a lot.
Yes.
His name is Isaiah Thomas. Not from the Pistons.
Nope.
The other Isaiah Thomas. Now this Isaiah Thomas came out in his debut, scored 20 points. But he's only here because Russell Westbrook is struggling. Rajon Rondo is struggling, and we don't have Anthony Davis. So we need some firepower on offense.
Need some depth.
Yeah. He's not going to stay on the Lakers.
No.
He's not.
And here's the unfortunate part for Isaiah Thomas. I do think he was done so dirty in Boston after having a great season.
Yeah.
And only because he was injured, they moved on from him so quickly.
He was going to be MVP.
Yeah, there were MVP talks for him, and they moved on from him so quickly. He was done dirty. That being said, I do feel like it's a little too late for him.
Yeah.
I truly feel like he's been a little out of. He's been out of the game for too long, and not. I know he's been training and all that, but there's a difference between like playing consistently in the NBA level, compared to just
and he's terrible at defense.
It's hard for him at his height. Here's the thing: Isaiah Thomas just had a game yesterday where he was 1 for 11, 0 for 6 on 3-pointers, and only 3 points. And the truth is Isaiah Thomas has no room to mess up.
Mm-hmm.
His window of, I guess how much a team will be, how much exactly, how much a team will be lenient for him. That he needs to play great every game, and that's not a game that he can have. He will be, unfortunately, probably cut from this team at some point.
He'll probably go back to the G League. He might come back again.
Maybe, but I really start feeling like it's over for Isaiah Thomas, which sucks because I don't think he was given a fair shot from the beginning.
Yeah, and speaking of terrible defense, I think there's a player that I would like to talk about because he does not play terrible defense. It's been a big topic of conversation. People talked about Draymond Green as being, one of the best defenders in the league.
Yeah.
But recently, you watch the games, and I could see him guarding everybody.
Yeah.
I see him guarding point guards, shooting guards.
1 to 5.
I don't think he can guard LeBron, but small forwards and
power forwards and even centers.
Or centers. Kawhi's not in the league right now.
Yeah. So I know what question you're about to ask. And had Kawhi, I'm just going to answer it right now. Had Kawhi Leonard been in the league, I probably would say him. But go ahead, ask your question.
Is Draymond Green the best defender in the entire NBA?
At this current moment, yes. And I think it's because of what you just stated, his versatility. Now, Draymond isn't getting like the most blocks in the league. Like, he's not the stat-padding defensive player like Rudy Gobert is. But what Draymond brings is great intensity. He is actually a great shutdown player from 1 to 5. And he's smart. He is a very, very, he's probably one of the smartest basketball players in the league.
Yeah.
Offensively and defensively. you see how he organizes the defense. Because Draymond isn't just covering his guy.
He's telling
He's
people.
helping everyone else what to do, where to cover. You know, if they play zone, if they play man defense, however they do it. Draymond Green is the captain of that. I see Draymond as the more versatile defender in the league, and when it comes to intelligence as well.
And speaking of smart, I put the second person as Marcus Smart because of how, and also we got to put Alex Caruso in there because Alex Caruso, what I've seen this year.
Well, really, the entire Bulls team right now. That Bulls defense is great.
Yeah,
it's great. Bulls,
I've seen Alex
Heat.
Caruso so many times this year. When someone's dribbling in front of him, ball gets ripped.
Mm-hmm.
Again, ball gets ripped.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing a lot of promise out of Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Smart has consistently shown that he's a great perimeter defender.
Yeah.
But nobody in the league right now, besides Kawhi Leonard,
Yeah.